He's a former England Open, Dutch Open and British Open champion. He's twice the Lakeside World Champion. It's the Count, Ted Hankey! We now bring to the stage a twice Lakeside World Championship semi-finalist. He's a former Winmore World Masters champion, the captain of Wales, Martin Fillips. I get knocked down.
Yeah, two of the golden oldies, you could say, of the game, because Ted Hankey's been around a while, and this man, Martin Fillips, has been around a heck of a lot longer. Do you know, I was here in 1991 when Martin Fillips made his debut in the World Championships here at Frimley Green. That was 25.5 years ago nearly, and he's still going strong, Tony.
It was against a young up-and-coming player called Philip Taylor, if I remember right.
You got it. He lost in the first round to a certain Phil Taylor, who was defending his first ever title, and of course he's won one more BDO title since, and quite a few others as well. And he met him again the year after, a little later on in the quarter-final. And we all remember the final that year because it was Taylor and Gregory, and it was a nail-biter.
The bullseye, the last deciding leg, wasn't it?
Oh, it was unbelievable, yeah. Anyway, that's ancient history done with. Now we come to the present.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First lap,
Ted reckons he'll win this. He told me yesterday, and I've never seen him more certain. But this is a tough opener for him.
Of course it is.
62.
They've got some recent form to look at. They played each other in the, I think, the first round proper of the Lakeside this year, the 216. I think Ted played well the game before it in the preliminary round, but left his good form behind that day, and didn't really give Martin much of a game, but already he looks like he's up for this one.
Yes.
100.
Never quite know what you're going to get with Mr. Hankey. I'm not just talking about his darts. He can be a very moody character on stage, a touch unpredictable sometimes, but perhaps that's part of his
charm.
Yes,
that's the word you're looking for.
That's the word I'm looking for. I don't usually associate charm with Ted Hankey, but yes, you're right. As for Martin Fillips, I think to say he's phlegmatic is an understatement. He is the most easygoing, relaxed person in darts and outside of darts that I think I've ever met. And if he was any more laid back, he'd be prostrate to the floor.
100.
Ted's got a slight lead.
41.
And I was just about to say, if he doesn't tidy up here, he's going to have at least 6 here, Ted. Looking at treble 21st. Treble 19. Double 12. Superb finish from Mr. Hankey. Could have just popped in 2 180s before. That'd be 50 grand richer, John.
Yes, that's right. Excellent to watch, Tony. Very nicely put, mate. And all he gets for that is 1 leg. But he's happy because it's against the throw, an early break. And you're quite right, your observation early doors will be that of the viewer as well, I'm pretty sure. He looks in mean mood, Ted Hankey. Focused, if you like.
16.
Talking about Martin being a golden oldie, he actually holds the world record for international caps. Played for Wales 137 times at the moment. His record stands.
Captain.
And for the first time in Wales history, they actually lifted the British International Championship this year.
Outright. They have shared it
first time
in the
ever.
past, but that's marvellous for him, isn't it? A wonderful
fitting. I'm not going to say end to his career, but
towards,
he'll remember that.
It'll be
He'll
the
remember
closing
that.
stages. He is, when all said and done, 56. He won't be playing for another 25 years, I doubt. But yeah, that's tremendous, and one of the proud moments. Not knowing Martin as I do, and as you do, he'd be as proud of that as anything else, I should think. I actually was on the end of the mic when he won the World Masters 2 years ago, and I think it was one of the most popular victories I've seen, big tournament victories I've seen.
Nice guys do win now and again, mate.
Yeah. First time I came across Ted was an exhibition in Stockport with a certain Tony O'Shea way back when, Tony. And I was comparing it that night at Cale Green.
Cale Green Social
Club.
And
good old Don Roebuck had put it together, and that was the first time I came across him, and well, he went a long way after that, didn't he? And so did 58. You, I must say. I think that was it, early 80s, well, around about 1985, I think it was.
123.
Desperately needed them last two trebles. Ted's got a chance for a 2-0 lead here. He'll stay up in the 20 segment.
$85.
Good last start. Good last start. Well, it's not easy, 98, especially now. He's got to get the treble 18. He does so. Oh, it 58. Wasn't in. My eyes are nearly as bad as yours, 51. Pal. I was criticising you earlier today. I'm going to come to the same optician.
Well, he's gone the 11 tops route. Double 10 for a 2-0 lead.
No score.
Would you believe it? It just dipped fractionally south. No score scored. If you do score a no score, if you see what I mean, and there's every bit of a score there. Levelling up at one leg all. Another break of throw, this time in Fillips' favour.
$100.
I've looked forward to this game because of the contrasting characters, personalities, and they both like to get a move on, and when they're on song they are well worth the watching. 60. And even when they're not, they can still be very interesting.
And to be honest, through all his trials and tribulations, Ted, over the years, he's still got one of the most beautiful actions there is in world darts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. He, the likes of Steve Beaton, John Law, of course, I think everybody recognises, but his has a real flow about it, doesn't it, Hankey's?
He's in again, but they actually looked a little loose then. I don't know whether he's actually working out or worried that one of them come out.
139.
Third on the side of caution in the end.
Yeah, so he looked at the score and thought, well, I'm well ahead.
Why risk it?
Reasonably well ahead.
85.
Doesn't leave a finish there for Fillips, so Ted has got 6 arrows from it, yeah? Could go for the ball, but I do think... What do I know?
73.
He's a showman. He wants to finish on the ball.
The sensible shot would have been a big 10 for him there.
He saw Scott Waite's 170 finish earlier and thought, anything he can do, I can have a go at as well. Double top. Incidentally, Tony, talking of Scott Waite, he plays Brian Dawson tomorrow. I was talking to Doggy, and he said he's really looking forward to that. What a finish there from Fillips. Absolutely brilliant. Held his throw with a brilliant. combination of errors.
140.
And this is a game and a half. This is a game and a half, folks. Already. It's going to go places. It's going to go places, all right. Fillips with the first maximum of the match. Both throwing very, very nicely indeed.
100.
A ton is an ordinary score at the moment.
And
29 is extraordinary for a very different reason.
$60. $119. $56. $99. That's your required 145.
Leaves him on a 2-dart finish. Ted needs
42
to challenge it.
Martin
I don't think
74.
that does Tony.
Pretty much messed that throw up there.
If that's 27, it's 47 left. No, it's not, evidently.
65 double
yeah,
tops.
let's keep short of the fourth line.
Tightened it down well there, John.
Yeah.
Fifth flag gets Martin to throw first. Game on.
Well, that was a very ordinary leg in some respects. It was a strange leg because it started with big scores, then there were some rather low ones, and then a super finish.
60. $119.
First bit of emotion from Mr. Hankey. He's probably feeling pretty frustrated because he's actually played quite well and should have won the last couple of legs for me.
Yeah, but Fillips with that ton plus finish and then that neat
60.
nifty one a moment ago has earned the right to go 4-1 up if he holds his throw.
78.
Oh, nice little saver at the end, pal. Could have been a bad score, but he managed to get the treble 19. Ted's threatening here. Super duper stuff.
43.
Well, this next 3 darts, John, could decide the match for me. He'll stay there. Superb dart, superb.
Yeah, puts Hankey in the driving seat to break back. He was trailing early in this leg,
58.
but he's hit
That's
back hard.
54.
Well, he's actually at the double 13 would
Yeah,
win the leg, yes.
On the fifth line. Hankey.
Pivotal leg, John. We're going to a break again. The second half of this match is going to be a fantastic affair. I mean, I think Ted got away with murder in that last leg.
Ted got away with murder, finished with double 14, double 13. We'll continue after the break. Yeah, a long day here, and we're enjoying it though at the lakeside for the BDO World Trophy. And another good game. Fillips 3, Hankey 2. Can Fillips turn the screw? Well, with a name like Fillips, if he can't turn the screw, he should change his name.
6 lag is Ted to throw first. Game on.
Just at the end of the break there, John, Ted was gesticulating to the crowd a bit. about his mind's going to be on it.
60.
Either they're people he knows who are sitting near the front, or as you say, he was just making a general
60.
communication with strangers.
$58.
Only 58. Oh dear. He's taking his time, is Edward. Martin Fillips
44.
might possibly be affected, even he, if Ted starts lingering at the board when he's taking his darts out.
99.
Well, I wouldn't have thought any antics from Ted would affect Martin. He's so easygoing, as you said early on.
45.
I think they're just playing themselves out of form here, to be honest.
Only 30 this time. Well, this is a leg. They've come back from the break, and often today players have come back from the
135.
I do apologise for any unsavoury language you might have heard. Certainly not from Tony and me. That's
100.
for certain. But often games we've commentated on today,
58.
Tony, we've seen people come
That's
back from a break and they've been
154.
there's been a resurgence.
This is totally the opposite.
Isn't it?
$58.
Well, Martin's left a bogey number. Ted didn't really punish him there, so he could put a big score in here. 19 will leave him tops.
137.
He's left himself 22. I think he's miscounted. But having said that, he's still in a decent position if Hankey doesn't take out 96. And I think that's an example of players going up, not realising what score they're on when they go up to the hockey. And he got the 2 treble 20s, then had to look. And I think it's better if you continue the flow, especially a player like him.
Interesting way of going this. Shanghai on 16, I thought he was going, but it's double tops now to tidy it up.
76. Marching required 22.
Well, that's where it's his miscounting has cost him. Because had he been going for 32, if he'd singled it, it'd have still been on a double. And that has cost Fillips. And now it's 3 apiece.
7 markets, Martin to 21st. Keep on.
You don't miscount against the count, otherwise you'll be out for the count.
40.
And that one doesn't count.
21.
No good complaining to Marco. It's not his fault, Ted.
180.
Well, that's the way to dip your bread, John. If somebody has a bit of bad luck, that's the way to hurt her.
55.
Yeah, good northern expression, dip your bread, when the other fellas had a bit of misfortune, as you say,
60.
Tony. It's his second 180 of the match. We get to see one from Hankey. Started well, Ted Hankey, but at the
56.
moment, just drifting for him, although he did get that last leg. It was a case of yakky daft to Fillips,
100.
because Fillips let him in, really, didn't he, with his miscounting. And the Welshman from Dolgethley
44.
in Gwynedd.
Marching required 121.
Well, that for me was the first sign. That last throw from Ted, he just threw the last dart away. That's the first sign of any demons I've seen with Ted.
And then with Fillips, he's left himself on 2. He was going for 19 with the last dart.
49.
Going for single 3 and hit the 17.
2.
Now, has he left himself a difficulty? No.
Fortunately,
Fortunately, he mopped it up nicely. But yes, interesting to see Hankey's antics there. I think it was a case of giving up the leg rather than the match.
100.
Yeah, of course, he was a long way behind anyway, but first signs he's feeling a little bit sorry for himself, and he needs to get that out of his head. Because before the break, he was actually playing
85.
superb, Ted.
Yeah. Yeah, he got that double 14, double 13. He wasn't going for that, but he was going for single 14. But he made light work of the double 13 afterwards, and he got away with a leg.
100.
Sixth. Not convincing since.
121.
8 BDO ranking titles, Fillips. 14, Hankey. 14. That's one more than you, Tony. You've got 13 yourself. That's pretty good going.
16.
Did you know that? I looked it up.
I think it's out of date, to be honest.
You think it's out of date? All
16.
right. You think it's about 58?
Tony's world, yeah.
It probably is. I won't say what my
37.
source was, but there's another one. That's another one. But don't you think sometimes Ted does float his darts, doesn't he? And they don't always sometimes impact with the board.
He's got such a sweet, smooth action, but his darts are only about
95.
14 grams. They weigh nothing.
There you are then.
And all you need is them two, a nice wire getting in the way, and that's the end of it.
140. What you require, 140.
That's the way to do it, Ted.
100.
And that's a good
That you
turn to
require,
set up
64.
tops.
That was 16 for double. He's gone for 8 for tops.
44.
Pulled it slightly.
What you require, 40.
Falling short, literally. Now, Will Fillips. That's a good, not necessarily a marker, but a guide. And that's
let's
even
keep short and
better.
hit that.
Oh, yes. Double 10. No problem for Fillips. It's a nice double for a left-hander, that it seems, because James Wade hardly ever seems to miss double 10.
Yeah, it's the reverse for a
85.
right-hander. We seem to prefer the double 8, double 16.
Yes, yes.
The exact mirror, John, yeah?
Yes, that's right, yeah. I'm sure the great Alan Glazier
Ted's
is
first.
probably watching,
140.
would say the same. One of the great left-handers of yesteryear.
Absolute gentleman. Still wears clogs, you know. Seriously.
Don't believe you. Does he really?
59.
I know he lives in Rochdale, but he's actually a Southerner, isn't he? Originally. Lovely guy. Great player. It's graced this stage a few times in the past. 140 good darts from Hankey.
$93.
This game's picking up again, Tony. And it needs to for Hankey, doesn't it? He's got to win all the legs now.
$96. That you require, 130.
Against the throw, this could get interesting. If Hankey can take advantage of the lead he's got.
58.
Fillips on a non-finish. Oh, but this is going to make life interesting. It's going to put the skids up, Hankey. Is it just 32 left? Now suddenly 72 is a much bigger checkout than it looked. He's going to go for tops and going to get it. Oh, he's well
52.
short again. It wasn't in the arm, was it?
What you require, 32.
For the match.
Game, short, and the match.
Well, it's a win for Mike Fillips, and I think it's going to be one of them games he'll just be glad to get it over with and move on to the second round.
I agree. Took 3 legs in a row there. Fillips to turn the game his way from 3 apiece to win 6-3.